Alright everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. Hope you're all well on this Thursday. Tonight's video is going to be my video about the worst NRL teams of the NRL era. Before I get into the video though, I'm currently at 560 subscribers, looking to get to 600 by the end of January. I think that's an achievable goal. There's about 9 days left, 10 days left of the month, so I think I can get 40 subscribers in that time. Thank you to everyone that's recently joined, and thank you to everyone that supported me from the start. Also, before I start, I'd like to point out that I get a few negative comments occasionally, and I don't mind a bit of banter. I don't mind when people say, oh, you should have put this player in, or maybe you should have done that. But what I don't like, and what I think crosses the line, is when people either point out my heritage and try to make that a negative thing. Like, I get people calling me a pommy cunt, or I get people that say I won't subscribe to you because you're English, or they say stuff about England or my heritage and all that. Keeper, that's crossing the line. And another thing as well is when I get people that come on and say I've got no idea and I shouldn't be doing a Rugby League history channel and I don't know Rugby League history. I think that's also crossing the line, because I think I've demonstrated in the near year that I've been running this page, and also on Facebook and Instagram, that I do know quite a bit. And what I have to say to those people is, how about if you think that you know more than me, you think you can do a better job, then you create a YouTube account, you go out there and you create a Rugby League history page and see how you go. And also, on top of that, don't use fancy equipment, don't use laptops, don't use microphones, don't use out like that. Just use an old phone and try to get subscribers that way, and see if you can do better than me. That's all I have to say. And also, I thought I'd point out as well, I was actually born in Australia. Dun dun dun. Dramatic music. Sorry, I don't have any music to add in there. But yes, I was born in Australia. So all these people saying I'm a pommy cunt, well, I was actually born in Australia. Yes, my heritage is English. Yes, I live in England. But does that change your opinion? Do I all of a sudden have an idea? Because I get the feeling that some people kind of just go, wow, who's this fucking pommy cunt telling me about rugby league? He doesn't know fuck all, he should stick to football. Well, I was actually born in Australia. I bet you some people are going like off that film Invasion of the Body Snatchers now. He was born in Australia, shock horror. So anyways, that's all I have to say on that. So tonight the video is going to be about the worst clubs in the NRL era. And when I mean that, I mean clubs that have finished last and they've had a really bad season where they've conceded a lot of points. They haven't had many wins. Unfortunately, every year someone has to come last. An honourable mention before I start the video was Brisbane in 2020. They had an awful year. Probably in the top 10 worst years that I can think of in recent memory. But I've got 5 teams. I'm going to go from 5 to 1, and I'm going to start with the 5th one and work my way up. So coming in at number 5, I've got South Sydney from 2006. I could have included South from 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005 in this list if I wanted to. 2005 they were lucky to avoid the spoon, but they were quite bad that year as well. 2006 I've chosen. 2006 they only had 3 wins for the entire year. They conceded 772 points. They had 13 losses in a row to start the year. And then they beat Brisbane, who actually ended up going on to win the Premiership in 2006. And then they had a further 6 losses. And then they went on to only win 2 other games for that remainder of the year, and they finished with the wooden spoon. Coming in at number 4 is the Gold Coast of 2019. They had 4 wins for the entire year. They conceded 651 points. And from round 14 to round 25, they didn't win a single match. They also had Gareth Brennan step down as coach, Luke Burt, and I think Craig Hodges took over as caretakers, and they went winless throughout the whole thing. Now, compared to some of the other teams I'm going to name in the list, the Gold Coast didn't concede 50 points, 60 points all that often, but I remember watching the Gold Coast in 2019, and before they'd even run out on the field, I just went, this team's not going to win. And even if they conceded a couple of tries early on, you just had the feeling that they were not going to win. And they were just a really awful side in 2019. They were a complete basket case. And they reversed that in 2020. But 2019, I think, will go down as probably one of the worst seasons in Gold Coast history and in recent memory. Coming in at number 3 is the Newcastle side of 2016. Now, they played 24 games that year. They had 1 win for the entire year, which was over the West Tigers. They had 1 draw, 22 losses. They conceded 800 points. 3 times they were kept scoreless. And between round 6 and round 26, they lost all their games. They lost every single one of them. And they finished with the wooden spoon. I think there was about 10 rounds of the competition to go and they were already wooden spooners. So Newcastle coming at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is a club that maybe some of me followers don't remember or weren't alive to watch, because I do have a young audience, and that's the Western Suburbs side of 1998. They had 4 wins for the entire year, 802 points they conceded for the entire year. In 5 matches throughout 1998, they conceded more than 50 points. So on 5 occasions, they were beaten by more than 50 points. And then to finish off the year, they lost their last 10 games to finish with the wooden spoon. And only 2 years prior, in 1996, they'd made the final. So Western Suburbs finished last in 1998, and they were the first winners of the wooden spoon in the NRL era. And coming in at number 1, the worst team or the worst season that a club has had in the NRL era goes to Western Suburbs again. And this one was in 1999, their last season as a first grade side before they merged with Bellarmine to form the West Tigers. Now, they only won 3 matches for the entire year, and one of them was by 2 points, one of them was by a point, and the other one was by 6 points. They conceded 944 points in the season, which is the most ever in rugby league history. Going back to 1908, no club has conceded as many points as Western Suburbs did that year. On average, they conceded 39.33 points per game. So they were conceding nearly 40 points a match. They conceded more than 60 points in a game 5 times in 1999. And in their final ever match in the competition, they played at Campbelltown Stadium, their home ground, against Auckland, or as they're known now, New Zealand Warriors, and they lost 60 points to 16 in their final ever game. Western Suburbs went through 38 players that year. They had a high injury toll. They didn't have a lot of talent on the field, and they probably had the worst ever year you could possibly imagine, especially in modern times. So that's my list. That's my list of the worst NRL clubs in the NRL era from 1998 to 2020. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. I'm at 560. This is Rugby League History signing off, and I'll catch you all later in the next video. Alright, tatty bye now.